Hi everybody, Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to be a part of the April release blog hop with Pinkfresh Studio, and I have 3 cards to share with you using these exciting new products. So I'm going to start with the Simplest Gestures products. There's 4 of them. There's a stamp set, and then there's a coordinating hot foil plate that coordinates with that large floral cluster in the stamp set. There's also a coordinating stencil set that allows you to add color with ease to the floral cluster. And then there's also a coordinating die set. One thing that's unique about the stencil set is there's sentiments. So you can actually stencil your sentiments and there's coordinating dies to go with it. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is foil up the Simplest Gestures hot foil plate with that floral cluster, and I'm using some kind of iridescent, I think it's called Aurora. I will link it below. I'm not even sure if it's Spellbinders. It might even be, I don't know, but I'll link it. Okay, so it's got a beautiful iridescent silver look to it. While I got the, glimmer foil machine nice and hot, I'm going to go ahead and hot foil the Peony Print in that same iridescent silver foil onto white. I'm using Hammermill cardstock, and let me tell you, it foiled it like butter. And after having such a long time where I struggled with hot foiling, I feel like I'm coming into my groove. And since I had those out, and I've been wanting to do this, and I've tried it and failed a million times, but I thought I'm going to try to do the reverse. So I took that leftover foil and I laid down 2 sheets of Hammermill onto the solid hot foil plate. And I've yet to have luck doing this, but boy, have I tried. But today was the day for me. I mean, it turned out there is one little boo-boo, but I will take these results. I mean, I was giddy. So I had that leftover Peony Print. I thought, strike while the iron's hot, Laura. Okay, so I did that one too. By the way, I used 2 sheets of Hammermill. I don't know if you need to do that, but I thought maybe it'd give me good luck to have an extra little shim in there. And this one foiled it like butter. And that iridescent foil is giving me life. Okay, so now we're going to get to the stenciling portion of the video. I have the Simplest Gestures coordinating stencil set. You get 4 stencils in this set. It allows you to add color to that floral cluster, and a lot of different ways you can do this. I'm going to do every flower a different color, so I am doing a bit of masking. I use Post-it tape to just make sure that I get the ink on each bloom individually. This first bloom, I'm doing a combination of Sparkling Rose and Raspberry Bliss. So every flower will get 2 shades of ink, a light and a dark. This one here, I'm doing 2 shades of orange, Peach Fuzz and Clementine. Now, do you need to have all these? By the way, these are all Pinkfresh Studio inks. I'm not saying you got to pull out 55,000 shades of ink, but if you have them, go ahead and use them. If you don't want to do, pull out 2 shades for each bloom, just go a little heavier handed on one side. You can achieve the same look. But having said that, these inks blend like butter. Okay, this last bloom is Coral Reef and Passion Fruit. Nice pop of red in there, and that is the first stencil. And then I'm going to lay on, and these are numbered, but I'm not sure if I'm actually going in numerical order. It really doesn't matter. As long as you work your way through all the stencils, add the color. Here I'm doing a purple bloom. So I got 2 shades. I forget these, soft lilac and candy violet or something like that. I'll have all the ink colors listed. Another fun thing you could do, if you didn't want to do each bloom a different shade, you could do all of this in like one color, but like make it monochromatic. So I've done this before where I did all of this whole stencil with 3 shades of blue, and it looks so cool. You can get a lot of different looks using these stencils. Maybe you don't want to do all the different colors. Make it all one color. Do 3 shades of blue. It looks like fine china. Okay, so I'm adding just those darker shades to the center of the blooms. Just kind of a tone on tone vibrant pop right in the center. And then there's a couple little tiny little flowers. I did those in a combination of ocean breeze and aquamarine. And as you can see here, I use some regular size blender brushes, and then I pull out some mini ones for more detail. Now for the leaves, I am doing that same ocean breeze and aquamarine. I've been feeling the blue leaves lately. You know where I got that from? Dee. You know Dee? She's on the Pinkfresh Studio team. She is an inspiration to me. And she does some blue leaves like nobody's biz. And I fell in love with it. And I was like, why didn't I ever think to do leaves blue? But now I have. It's all because of Dee. Dee, you're a rock star. Okay, then I did a couple of green leaves. You know, just to keep it real. 2 shades. I got, what is it? Fresh Pear and Grassy Knoll, I believe. And lift that up, bada boom, bada bing. And I'm going to take the Coordinating Simplest Gestures die to pop this out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Take it off camera. I ran it through my die cutting machine. And there you have, I don't know if you can see that foiling shimmering through. Now to assemble the card, I got a cream panel, popping it up on a white card base, popping up my cluster. Now for a sentiment, I pulled out an oldie but a goodie. This is called the Perfect Sentiments Stamp Set. You stamp all these sentiments at once. I stamped them in black. And then you take the coordinating die and it die cuts all of them at once. I mean, talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I mean, and I love the font. So I think I'm going to do just a note to keep it kind of all-purpose. And I just love that black, scripty font, couple clear sequins. This one just hits me right in the sweet spot. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, that's card number 1. Moving on to card number 2, which I already have that Peony Print foiled up. I'm going to use the coordinating stencil set. Now, I just want to note, the stencil set doesn't line up perfectly. At first, I was perplexed. Then I looked at the back of the packaging and I realized it's supposed to be a little bit offset, a little bit loosey-goosey. So you're going to have to just go with the flow on that one. It's not going to line up, just so you know. I'm going to use the same colors since I had them all out all over my craft table. I'm just using the same colors. I'll have them all linked. It's, you know, it's the rainbow order. How's everybody doing? Can I tell you what I did yesterday? You're not going to believe this. I mean, you're not going to believe what I did. Yesterday, I took a big old tumble. I took a big old tumble down the kitchen hardwood steps. That's right. I was carrying a bunch of stuff in my hands. I was wearing socks. And bada boom, flippity flop, back I go. I fell on my bum, my back, my arms. And it was not a pretty sight. But luckily, Bo was home, my oldest son. He came running up. He was down in the basement. He's like, oh no, Mom, hovering over me. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to be okay. Nothing's broken. Just my pride. My pride's a little bit broken, but okay, I'm on stencil number 2 of this Peony Print, and I'm doing those aqua blue leaves like D. What do we got? Ocean Breeze and Aquamarine, combination of the 2. You can see I switch back and forth between a regular size blender brush, a little mini to get in there in the nooks and crannies to add that gradient love, which is the secret recipe. Okay, so a little dab will do here. You don't need much. Doesn't have to be perfect because this is kind of a loosey-goosey feel. I'm going to trim that down and pop this up on a cream panel. I'm using another one of those perfect sentiments that had already pre-stamped and die cut. Few sparkling clear sequins. This card is finished as well. Now, do you remember when I foiled the reverse of this Peony Print? I'm going to go ahead and make a bonus card. So I popped that on a cream card base. I pulled out an oldie but a goodie. Leah's Ornate Lowercase dies. And I spelled out hello. I've already got it laid out. Foam tape behind it. Because dimension is life. A simple little hello card. You don't need much because that background is like va 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 voom. I added some silver pearls by Pinkfresh Studio. And card number 3 is done. So there you have 3 cards showcasing the awesome new April release. Make sure and check out the rest of the blog hop and prepare to have your socks knocked off by the outrageous creativity of the design team. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.